Martel, Holt, and Melody Shari, then you already know this court situation has gone on far too long. But the difference this time is that people are calling out Martel for not just trying to postpone things, but for straight up ignoring what the judge told him to do. And that's where the conversation gets serious. Because now we are looking at a man who was ordered to take a psych evaluation and counseling. Yet 2 years have passed and he still hasn't done it. Viewers can't wrap their heads around why Martel thinks he can keep ducking responsibility. And if you stay with me through this whole breakdown, you're going to see exactly why fans believe the judge may finally be done giving him more chances. So don't click away, because this is where the truth about Martel really starts to come out. Now, the biggest issue that people can't ignore is how Martel is handling this appeal situation. The jury already found him guilty. He admitted certain things himself, said it on national television, he said it on a platform. He admitted to sending things he should not have sent. So why, after all of that, is he still appealing? Fans are asking, what are you appealing for? If the evidence was there, if you admitted it out loud, then what is the purpose of dragging this further? This is what has people saying that Martel isn't thinking clearly anymore. Something just isn't clicking in his head, and people are genuinely worried that he may be spiraling. And I'm going to say this right now, watch this video until the end. Because when we break down how this connects to Melody's safety, the children's safety, and Martel's future on the show, you're going to see why this court date is possibly the most important one yet. We are going straight into the comments section where the fans are letting it all out. 'Cause honestly, sometimes the fans say it better than anybody else. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because we're going to read through some of these comments together, and I promise you, it's going to have you shaking your head. Let's get into it. The first comment says, Mel needs a new lawyer. Why is the court allowing this to go on? And honestly, that's exactly what so many people are saying right now. This case has been dragged on, postponed, delayed, over and over again. Fans are tired, Melody is tired, and at this point, even the kids probably feel the stress of it all. And you know what? The viewer is right. It's not even about the lawyer, it's about the court system itself allowing this to continue without resolution. Keep watching, because when you hear the next few comments, you're going to see that the fans are all thinking the same thing. Martel is just playing games. Another fan said, everybody knows all Martel wants is the money. It's mad because he can't get any of the children's money. He wants Mel to pay child support to him. Whew! Now that right there is deep, but let's be honest, it's not far-fetched. We've seen Martel parade around acting like he wants custody for the sake of the kids. But fans are saying what many have suspected all along. This is about finances. He lost Melody, he lost that marriage, he lost the lifestyle, and now, instead of focusing on building himself back up, he's looking at Melody as the source of his stability. That's why people are saying he doesn't just want custody, he wants control of the money. And if you're still watching, stick with me, because by the end, you're going to see just how many fans agree that this is nothing more than a power and money grab. Now, this next comment hits hard. It's not Melody's lawyer, it's the judge prolonging this case. Melody's lawyer should see if the case can move to another county. This is ridiculous. Kate, and let me just say, people are beginning to question the judge's decisions now. Because how many times can a man avoid his psych evaluation, avoid counseling, and still be given another chance? Fans are openly saying this doesn't add up. They feel like something in the Madison County court system isn't right. Honestly, the longer this drags on, the more suspicious it looks. Another viewer put it plain and simple. Martel is using the system. And that's exactly what it looks like. He's using the system to delay, to frustrate, and to keep Melody stuck in court battles. Instead of moving on and co-parenting peacefully, he's keeping her tied up legally. And for what? Fans believe it's because he wants her to give up. He wants her to throw her hands up and say, fine, Martel, take what you want. But that's not going to happen, because as the fans said, Melody does everything for her children. she's not going to give up on them. And speaking of the kids, here's another powerful comment. Melody, please have your lawyer to seek to have your 4 children to be online. Martell needs to realize his 4 kids are smart and will read everything he's doing. Now, that one hit me. Because the truth is, kids today are not blind. They have the internet. They see things. They hear things. And sooner or later, they're going to read everything that's been said and done. They're going to see how their mother fought for them. And they're going to see how their father dragged her through the mud. And that's something Martell doesn't seem to be thinking about. The fans also pointed out the obvious double standard. One comment says, Martell parades his outside of marriage son all over YouTube. And that's facts. Martell shows off his son with Arionne Curry. But when it comes to the 4 children he shares with Melody, he wants to control how and when they're seen. Fans are saying it's not fair. If you're going to put one child out there, then why are you restricting Melody from celebrating her kids online the same way? It's the hypocrisy for people, and they are not holding back in these comments. Another fan wrote, Martell thinks if he continues to drag court orders, he'll get Melody to give up and take care of him, his side chick, and his outside son. Now, that's a strong statement. But let's be real, it's not the first time we've heard it. Fans truly believe that Martell's endgame is to wear Melody down. You think he wants her to finally say, I'm done fighting, just do whatever you want. But what these commenters are pointing out is that Melody is stronger than that. She's not coming back to him. She's not going to fund him, Arionne, and their child. She's building her own life, and Martell can't stand that. And then there's the big one that so many fans repeated in different ways. The courts need to stop Martell and hold him accountable or give him jail time, 60 days or more, and get a psychiatric inpatient care. Fans are calling for real consequences. They're saying enough is enough. If you can't follow orders, if you won't get your evaluation, if you keep stalling, then maybe the only way you'll listen is if you sit down for a while. And honestly, that's what accountability looks like. Fans are over it, and they are calling for the judge to step up and put an end to this nonsense. And finally, this comment right here really sums up how people feel. Melody is not coming back to you, Martell. You messed up your marriage and your side son. That's the bottom line. No matter how many court dates, no matter how many appeals, no matter how many games he plays, Melody is not going back. The marriage is done. She's moving forward, she's raising her kids, and she's showing the world what strength looks like. And the fans, they see it clear as day. When fans talk about this situation, a lot of them bring up Arionne Curry, better known as Coleslaw. And the truth is, Melody doesn't want her kids around that woman. Who could blame her? When Arionne talked about Melody, she did it in a nasty way. That's disrespect that a mother simply can't overlook. And the fact that Martell continues to place Arionne in his life shows that he isn't putting his children's best interests first. Now imagine, the tables turned. If Melody had a friend or a man talking about Martell like a dog, Martell would be furious. He would be all over social media. He would be calling out everyone left and right. He wouldn't want his kids anywhere near that man. But when it comes to Arionne and how she disrespected Melody, Martell doesn't hold the same energy. The hypocrisy that people are pointing out, okay? And if you think that's the worst of it, stick around. Because later, we're going to get into how Martell is trying to use this entire custody battle as a way to still control Melody. Even though they've been divorced for years. One of the most repeated points from fans is that Martell is still living in the past. He wants things to be like when they were married, when he was calling the shots, when he thought Melody had to jump and do whatever he said. But those days are gone. Melody is her own woman now. She makes her own decisions, and Martell cannot stand it. That's why you see him dragging her to court, filing appeal after appeal, and refusing to follow the orders the judge gave him. He doesn't want to accept that he is no longer in control. And let me just say this, Martell may think he's playing the game smart, but the judge isn't blind. The judge sees these postponements, these delays, this refusal to get counseling. It's only a matter of time before that patience runs out. Now, let's talk about that psych evaluation, because this part right here is what could land Martell in the most trouble. The judge told him he needed to complete it. He didn't. He had 2 years to do it, okay? And he still didn't. And when someone ignores the judge like that, it's considered contempt. That means Martell could be punished.